Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ashok Kumar from Government Women Engineering College, Ajmer. In this lecture, lecture 4 of antenna array series, we are going to discuss about directivity calculation of broadside and fire and Hanson Woodyard and fire arrays. As we have discussed in lecture 3 of antenna series, the criteria that must be met to achieve broadside and end-fire radiation by using a uniform linear array of n elements. And in this lecture, we have to investigate the directivity of each array since it represents a figure of merit on the operation of the system. The following content will be addressed during this entire lecture. We have to calculate the directivity of broadside array, directivity of end fire array, ordinary end fire array, directivity of Hanson Woodyard array, and finally we have to summarize the directivity of three, broadside, ordinary end fire, and Hanson Woodyard end fire arrays. This book is considered to prepare the content of this lecture 4 of antenna array series. In first, we have to calculate the directivity of broadside array. As we have discussed in lecture 3, 4, broadside array radiation criteria as in equation 18a, and it is calculated psi is equal to kd cos theta plus beta, and in the broadside radiation the maximum radiation occur as theta is equal to 90 degree when it satisfies the criteria of d maximum less than lambda. In that case we are getting the value of beta is equal to 0. Then after we can calculate the array factor of this broadside array, and it can be a array factor of n equal to 1 by n sin n by 2 kd cos theta upon sin 1 by 2 kd cos theta. We are putting the value of psi, and while considering the beta equal to 0, in that case we have to calculate the normalized array factor. If the spacing between the elements t less than lambda, in that case we have again approximated this equation in this form by considering the approximation sin 1 by 2 kd cos theta nearly approximated to the n by 2 kd cos theta, where n is the dividend factor of array factor, normalized array factor as defined in equation 25. So radiation intensity can be written as u of theta equal to array factor का whole square equal to, we have to whole square equal to sin z upon z का square, where we are putting the coefficient z, and the z is equal to the n by 2 kd cos theta. So the directivity of array, generalized array, we can calculate by using this expression. This expression is also valid for the antennas. So we have to calculate the directivity by using this expression, and which is defined as the u maximum upon u naught, where u maximum is the maximum radiation intensity and u naught is the radiation intensity with respect to isotropic antenna, where u maximum is equal to unity. As we have discussed, the maximum radiation intensity for any antenna or any antenna arrays is equal to 1, and it occurs only at theta is equal to 90 degree, which is the criteria of broadside array. Then we have to calculate the value of radiation, average radiation intensity u naught, by using this expression. Generally, we have defined u naught is equal to P radiated upon 4 pi equal to 1 upon 4 pi integration 0 to 2 pi integration 0 to pi u of theta sin theta d theta and d phi in a spherical coordinate system, and the limit lies phi between 0 to 2 pi, and theta lies between 0 to pi. So we have to calculate this value by putting the value of u of theta sin z upon z का whole square in this equation, and we have integrate the d of phi component, then we will get is equal to 1 by 2 0 to pi sin z upon z ka square sin theta d theta. So using equation 26, this is the 26 equation and this is the 26a equation, we have defined the directivity. So we have defined the radiation intensity equal to by this expression as discussed in equation 29. So by making a change of variable technique, we have defined z equal to n by 2 kd cos theta. In that case, we have to calculate d of z. I mean, we have to differentiate this equation with respect to theta, and which is equal to minus n by 2 kd, and cos theta equal to minus sin theta. So minus sin is occurs and d theta. So I mean, we have to differentiate z with respect to theta. So equation 29, this equation can be rewritten as u naught equal to minus 1 upon n kd plus n kd by 2 to minus n kd by 2 sin z upon z ka square into dz, and which is equal to 1 upon n kd minus, so we have changed the limit of this integration, and the negative sign is reduced, I mean eliminated with the positive sign, and we will get this equation for calculation of the radiation intensity u naught. For a large array, I mean nkd by 2 is very large. In that case, equation 30 is extending to the limit to the infinity. As we can say, it is the large. In the case of large arrays, u naught we have to calculate equal to 1 upon nkd integration of minus infinity to plus infinity sin z upon z ka whole square into dz. This is the identity in a trigonometrics, and the value of minus infinity to infinity sin z upon z ka square into gz is equal to the pi. So we can calculate the radiation intensity u naught equal to pi upon nkd. So the directivity can be calculated, d naught is equal to u max upon u naught, u max is equal to 1 and u naught is equal to pi upon nkd. Then after we will get nkd upon 4 pi, and this equation can also be written in the form of number of elements and spacing between the elements, which is equal to twice of n d upon lambda, where k is equal to 2 pi upon lambda is considered here. Then after we are getting this, if the length of the array L equal to n minus 1 into d, in that case the equation can be rewritten, or equation 31 can be expressed d naught equal to 2n d upon lambda, which is equal to twice of 1 plus L by d into d by lambda. So we are putting the value of n from the equation 32, and we will get this expression for the directivity. If the for the large arrays, if L greater than d, then this equation can be reduced as, and d not equal to nearly equal to 2n d by lambda, as we have calculated here, equal to 2 1 plus L by d d by lambda, if L greater than d, in that case twice of L by lambda. So we can say the directivity of the broadside array can be calculated by using this expression, and this expression is very important in the case of broadside array. If the length of the array is given, in that case we can consider this expression, or we can say this expression. If the length of the array is not given, in that case we can consider this approximation, and which is equal to twice L by lambda. So this is the important analysis of for the broadside array for calculating the directivity. We are taking one problem, and which is based on the broadside array, and this is a linear broadside array, and here the given parameters are the 10 isotropic element, I mean n is equal to 10 is given, the separation distance between elements d is equal to lambda by 4. In that case we need to calculate the directivity d naught. So by using this expression, d naught equal to n twice of n d by lambda, by putting the values of n, d equal to lambda by 4, then we will get the value of directivity d naught is equal to 5, and this is the dimensionless quantity. So in terms of dB we can calculate by using 10 log 10 and the directivity d naught, which is equal to 5, and we will get the directivity equal to 6.99 dB. So by using this directivity calculation of broadside array, we can calculate the directivity for any problem that is given. The second is the ordinary end fire array. As we have discussed, the criteria for ordinary end fire array equal to size equal to this expression, and here you are putting the values, and beta is equal to minus of kd. Then after, and this expression is taking the maximum radiation as theta naught is equal to 0 degree, then array factor we can calculate. Array factor, normalized array factor equal to, by using this expression, here we are putting the value of beta is equal to minus kd. So we are getting this expression. For the small spacing between the elements, if d less than lambda, then this array factor can be approximated equal to sine of theta, approximately equal to theta, and where theta is equal to 1 by 2 kd cos theta minus 1. So the radiation intensity u of theta can be calculated, which is equal to array factor of n ka square, and we are again considering sin z upon z ka square, where z is equal to the n by 2 kd cos theta minus 1. So this is the factor we have to replace in this equation, and we are getting this form of the radiation intensity u of theta. As we have discussed, the maximum values of radiation intensity u max is equal to 1, and it occurs as theta is equal to 0 degree. In that case we can calculate the average radiation intensity, and this is given by this expression u naught limit 0 to 2 pi d phi, and we have to integrate d phi limit from 0 to 2 pi, and theta limit 0 to pi. In that case we are getting this expression u of u radiation intensity, I mean u naught, and by letting z is equal to n by 2 kd cos theta minus 1, and by using we have to differentiate this z by across the theta. In that case we are getting dz upon d theta equal to minus n by 2 kd cos theta equal to sin theta d theta, and 1 is the one is the value. In that case it equals to the 0. So this equation 36 can be written by putting the value of sin theta d theta by using this expression, then we will get u naught equal to 1 upon n kd 0 to n kd sin z upon z ka square into dz. For the large array it becomes, I mean 30, equation 37 can be extended the limit to the infinity. In that case we can calculate u naught, which is the radiation intensity, and it is called as the average radiation intensity equal to this expression. And this is the identity we have discussed in the trigonometry, and this is the 0 to infinity sin z upon z ka square into dz equal to the pi by 2. If the limit is varies from minus infinity to infinity, then it becomes equal to pi. So by putting this value in equation 37a, then we can reduce the u naught equal to pi upon 2 and kd. So that directivity is calculated u max upon u naught, which is equal to 2n kd upon pi, and we can putting the value of k is equal to 2 pi of upon lambda. In that case we are calculated 4n d by lambda for the directivity of end fire array in the direction of theta is equal to 0 degree. The another form of this expression can be calculated by putting the length of the array. As we have discussed, this is the length of array, L is equal to n minus 1 into d. In that case we can calculate the another form of directivity d naught equal to 4n d by lambda, we are getting from here, and equal to 4 1 plus L by d upon lambda, which is for the large array. If the L is greater than D, then we can reduce. So this is expression is very important for calculating the directivity of end fire array. As you can see, the directivity is 4 L by lambda, but in the case of directivity broadside equal to twice of lambda. So we can say the directivity of end fire array is twice that of the broadside array. This is the uh, conclusion we are getting from the calculation of broadside array as well as end fire array. So we can say end fire array having the directivity twice than the directivity of the broadside array. Same problem we have to consider, but in the case of this problem we are going to analyze for the end fire array, and again n is equal to 10 element and d is equal to lambda by 4 is given, and we need to calculate the directivity for ordinary end fire array. So by using this expression, d naught is equal to approximately 4n d by lambda, n is given, d is given, then after we are getting 10. So in terms of dB we are getting 10 dB. So here you can see in the previous problem we are getting the directivity 5 in the case of broadside array, but in the case of end fire array we are getting 10. So we can say the directivity of broadside array is twice than the directivity of broadside array. The third is the Hanson Woodyard end fire array, and this is slightly different from the ordinary end fire array. And the criteria that we have discussed in lecture 3, the Hanson Woodyard end fire radiation exists when beta lies between this range for maximum at theta naught is equal to 0 degree. If theta naught equal to 180 degree, in that case this negative sign becomes to the positive sign. For small values, psi is equal to kd cos theta plus beta, and the array factor of n element array can be calculated by using this expression. Here we are considering the value of beta is equal to minus p of d, where p is the constant and d is the spacing between elements, to calculate the Hanson Woodyard criteria of beta. So we have rewritten this equation, array factor equation, by considering beta is equal to minus pd, and we are putting psi is equal to kd cos theta minus pd in this array factor. Then we have to calculate the array factor sine in this form, and which is equal to sine z upon z, where q equal to nd by 2 and z equal to q k cos theta minus p. So the radiation intensity can be written u of theta is equal to array factor of n ka square, which is equal to, and I mean this is the array factor, and we can calculate the radiation intensity sin z upon z square, whose value at theta is equal to 0 degree is equal to the u theta, theta is equal to 0 degree. It becomes sin this expression, I mean 42a equation becomes, dividing equation 42 by equation 42a, the value of array factor is equal to unity at theta is equal to 0 degree leads to u of theta n equal to v upon sin v sin z upon z ka whole square. So here the another term v upon sin v is occur, and this is the square term, and this is the multiplication term with sin z upon z, where we have to consider v is equal to q k minus p and z equal to q k cos theta minus p. So the directivity of the array factor we have to calculate by using this generalized expression d naught equal to 4 pi u max upon p radiated equal to u max upon u naught. So where u naught is the radiation average radiation intensity and it is given by p radiated. Again we have considering this expression, and when we are putting the values of u of theta which is equal to v sin v sin z upon z ka whole square, then we will get equal to 1 by 2 v upon sin v ka square integration 0 to pi sin z upon z ka square sin theta d theta. So here you are getting, again this is the constant term and this is the varying term with respect to theta. So by using 43a and equation 43b, this is 43a and this equation is the 43b, where we have to represent the v and z. The equation 45 can be rewritten as u naught equal to in this form. So to maximize the directivity of Hanson-Woodyard endfire array, as we have discussed in lecture 3 of antenna series, in that case the equation 45a must be minimized. It means if the value of u naught is minimum, in that case we can get the maximum directivity. Here you can see if u naught is minimum, then we will get the directivity d naught is maximum, because u of maximum is constant and which is equal to 1. So we have to integrate the equation 45a, and this equation can be reduced in this form, and we are getting 1 upon 2k q g of b, where v is equal to q k minus p S I of z. This is the sine integral form, and which is equal to 0 to z sine t upon t, and g of v is the another parameter, which is equal to v upon sine v ka whole square pi by 2 plus cos 2v minus 1 upon 2v plus sine I of 2v, where sine I of 2v is the sine integral form, and this value of gv is minimum. In that case we can calculate the minimum radiation intensity, average radiation intensity, and we can enhance the directivity. So v q k minus p equal to nd upon 2 k minus p, which is equal to minus 1.46. As you can see, the variation of gv versus v function, then according to equation 40c, and you will get this value of v from this, and which is equal to minus 1.4 c, and beta is equal to minus pd we have to consider. In that case we can put this value, and we are getting minus kd plus 2.92 upon n. So equation 48 can be approximated for the Hanson-Woodyard end-fire array in the direction of theta naught is equal to 0 degree, then beta is equal to minus kd plus 2.92 by n, which is approximately equal to minus kd plus pi by n. And this is the selection criteria, as we have discussed in lecture 3, as well as in the start of the array. We have to consider this expression. So we have to verify that the beta equal to this one for maximum angle in theta naught is equal to 0 degree. So by considering this equation, I mean the radiation intensity u naught can be calculated by using 41a. 41a is the this equation, 41 equation 46a, 46 is the this equation 47 this equation, and 49 we can get the average radiation intensity u naught by using this expression, which is equal to 0.871 upon nkd. As you can see, this is the 0.871 value or nkd. So we are getting the u naught equation in as represented in equation 50. So equation 50 can also be rewritten: u naught is equal to 0.871 upon nkd, and which is equal to, if we have to multiply the numerator and denominator by the factor 2, in that case we are getting the value of 1.742 upon twice of nkd, and which is equal to 0.554 pi upon twice of nkd. So as you can see, here is the multiplication factor 0.554. So we can say the radiation intensity of the Hanson-Woodyard endfire is 0.554 times than the ordinary endfire, as we have discussed in ordinary endfire array analysis. As you can see here, u naught equal to pi upon 2 nkd. So pi upon 2 nkd is the endfire array u naught, and which is 0.554 times. And the directivity can be expressed using equation 50, as by considering u maximum equal to 1, so d naught equal to 1.8054 and d by lambda. So as you can see, that the directivity of end fire array is the 4n d by lambda, and which is the 1.805 times. So we can say the directivity of the Henson Woodyard end fire array is 1.805 times than that of the ordinary end fire array. Uh, so equation 5.1 can be written as by this expression when we are considering the length of array as discussed in the broadside array analysis. For the large value of L greater than D, then this equation can be reduces to D naught equal to 1.8054 n D by lambda equal to 1.80541 plus L by D by lambda, or nearly equal to 1.8054. So we can say the directivity of Henson Woodyard array is 1.805 times to the ordinary end fire array. So this is the important conclusion, as you can see from this calculation of directivity in the case of Henson Woodyard end fire array. So we are taking the similar problem as we have discussed in the case of broadside array as well as in the end fire array, and here we have to calculate in the case of Henson Woodyard end fire array. But if the name is not given, in that case end fire with improved directivity, then we the parameters given are n is equal to 10 and distance d is equal to lambda by 4, and we need to calculate the directivity d naught for the Henson Woodyard array. So by considering the equation 51b, the the directivity of the array can be calculated d naught equal to 1.805 4n d by lambda. This is equal to, then we are putting the value the 18.05, and in terms of dB we can calculate for 12.56 dB. Here this is wrongly written broadside array. It is the end fire array with improved directivity. So the value of directivity of Henson Woodyard end fire array is 1.805 times greater than the ordinary end fire array and 3.61 times greater than the broadside array. So this is the important conclusion for calculating or for solving the problems related to the broadside and end fire arrays for direct calculating the directivity. And we have to summarize the directivity for broadside and end fire arrays in this tabular form, and you can see here the broadside array, in that case directivity d not equal to 2n d by lambda, which is equal to twice of L by lambda, where pi and d by lambda tends to infinity or L greater than. There are two assumptions we have to consider for solving this directivity equation in the case of broadside array. But in the case of end fire array, we have ordinary end fire array, we have to calculate the directivity d naught for n d by lambda, and this expression is valid only for either theta not equal to 0 degree or theta not equal to 1 degree, as we are taking assumption when we are calculating the directivity for the ordinary end fire array. And when we are taking considering the two maxima, which is equal to theta naught is equal to 0 degree and 180 degree together, in that case the directivity d naught equal to uh, 2n d by lambda, which is similar to the directivity of the broadside array. So this is the point that kept in mind, that how we can differentiate the directivity of broadside and end fire array, and when we are considering the two maxima together, in that case how the directivity is affected. So you can see in this problem. And for the end fire array Henson Woodyard, we have to calculate, which is equal to 1.805 times then the directivity of the ordinary end fire array. And for the theta naught, either theta naught is equal to 0 or either 180 degree, with taking some assumption as we have to discuss. So in this lecture 4 of antenna array series, we have discussed the calculation of directivity and how the directivity is improved uh, when the Henson Woodyard array of end fire array in comparison of or broadside as well as end fire array. Hope this lecture is beneficial for you. thanks to everyone for watching this lecture 4 of antenna series. In the next lecture 5, we are going to discuss about the n element linear array with unequal amplitude and spacing. Thank you.